The Battlefront Network, giving you your daily dose of Battlefront content.
Don't forget to enter our May the 4th giveaway, guys, for you to have a chance to win some awesome prizes. The competition closes June 29th, and more information is in the description below. Enjoy the video, guys.
This week's episode of Wishlist Wednesdays is brought to you by Admiral Akbar's Snack Bar. That snack bar full of oaty fishy goodness, which is definitely not a trap.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Carbon Shadow here, and I'm joined with Nolan! And we are here for the third day of the week. What is the third day of the week, Nolan?
Well, it depends on how you look at the calendar, because it could be Tuesday or it could be Wednesday.
Okay.
Third day of the work week.
Third day of the working week, which is, of course, a Wednesday. Nolan trying to confuse everybody there, because that is what he does best. Anyways, welcome to another episode of...
Wishlist Wednesday.
So we are back for another episode of Wishlist Wednesday with 3 more of your awesome topics, which you keep posting every week, and we can't tell you how much we actually appreciate your contributions because you guys are friggin' awesome! So without further ado, or actually before I get into the first topic, we do have a bit of an apology to make. Now, Nolan, you know what we're apologizing about, don't you?
I do know what we're apologizing about.
So why don't you tell the guys?
We, in the last episode of Wishlist Wednesday, made a reference to there being ammo in the new Star Wars Battlefront game, with ammo droids and things of that nature, when in fact there is no ammo in Star Wars Battlefront. It is all like a plasma-based recharge system.
So, yeah, our bad. We apologize for doing that, and we apologize if we have confused any of the fans on that matter. There will be no ammo in the game, and... yeah, we're just making sure we've cleared that up. So, without further ado this time, let's get straight into episode 6. Yes, we are 6 episodes into this series now, and there's probably another 23 to go until the release of Star Wars Battlefront, and E3 is only 2 weeks away. Woo! So, without further ado, for like the 4th time now, let's get into the first topic of this episode, and it comes from a dude who goes by the name of Matthew Nevarez. And he says, I'm surprised that not a single person has asked this question. Alright, so we know that in the Battlefront series, there's always been music from the films playing constantly. Like if you're on Hoth, the Battle of Hoth will play, and if you're on Yavin 4, you'll hear a variety of tracks constantly playing. Do you think that music will be playing during matches to add on to the experience? I feel like if it was left out, that it would ruin the experience a bit. I don't want to fight in the Star Wars universe without any music playing. Now, Nolan, you kick us off with this one. What do you think of this topic, and what are your opinions on music whilst playing the games?
So probably some of my most memorable memories, that was stupid of me to say, some of my most memorable gaming experiences when playing online multiplayer games have been while streaming music through my headphones. And while that's music that I like to listen to and not necessarily Star Wars music all the time, having Star Wars music playing in the background for those who want to listen to it is definitely an interesting option, because obviously in the menu there would be an option to either turn the music off or turn the music volume down. I would rather opt for the turn the music volume down, and I would turn it down some so that I can hear opposing players a little bit better. But I think it's an awesome idea because we have seen, or at least heard, music in both of the Star Wars Battlefronts before this one?
Yep, both of them contained background music whilst you were playing those awesome battles on those awesome planets.
Yes, so we've heard the Star Wars music in the background of it, so I think that it's kind of logical that they would put it in this new game. However, it is a reboot of the franchise, so we can't go on past track record and everything. And if we are going on past track record, there have been actually sound bites from the movies in the previous Star Wars Battlefront games, such as the only one that really sticks out to me is in Battlefront 2 in space battles. I think only when you're playing as the Rebels, there's either like they're coming around or they're on your tail or something like that. It's Leia from Episode 4, and that's the only one that I can think of right now, but I know that there are others that I've heard in there.
Yeah.
So what do you think, Johnny?
Okay, so I'm a little more informed on this because I did actually go to Star Wars Celebration and I got to see pre-alpha footage played on a PS4 of Star Wars Battlefront, and what they showed us was the Battle of Endor. And yes, there was music playing during this battle, and it was pretty damn awesome. So I think that wasn't just for show, that wasn't just for a scripted pre-alpha gameplay footage video. I think there will be background music in the actual game during matches and obviously in the menus as well. Nolan, you have something to say.
This is a game-breaking question for me.
Yeah, go on.
Was the song playing the Yub Nub song?
No, it wasn't.
I will not buy the game.
Oh no! Damn it. I'm sure that if DICE do put some Easter eggs in there will be a way to play the Yub Nub song. Or I think the Yub Nub song will play at some point on Endor, because I'm pretty sure the Yub Nub song did play in Battlefront 1 and 2, didn't it? So
I think so.
Yeah, and
So they need the Yub Nub song on Endor, and they need the Cantina song on Tatooine.
yes, they do. And one more thing to point out about Yub Nub, if you guys haven't played Star Wars Battlefront, I think it's either 1 or 2, but if you make your username Yub Nub, I think it's Star Wars Battlefront, is it 2?
It's 2.
If you make your username Yub Nub, you can play with little tiny players carrying full-size guns, isn't it? Yeah, and it is hilarious. So if you haven't done that and you didn't know about that Easter egg, go and pop open Battlefront 2 after you've watched this video and create a new account on it and call yourself Yub Nub and see what awesomeness ensues, because it is absolutely amazing. But thanks for that topic, Matthew Nevarez. I hope I haven't butchered your name. And now we're going to give it a 4-scale rating. So Nolan, over to you for the first 4-scale rating of this episode.
Well, Matthew,
May the force be with you.
I'm going to give this one a 4 just because, I mean, it's given that we're going to have some kind of music in the game, and it being Star Wars music would only make sense.
Okay, well, I'm going to go out on a limb here. In fact, no, I'm not. I'm going to go out on what I've seen, and I'm giving this a...
The force is strong in this one.
And that is a 5, because I am pretty damn sure this is actually going to happen. I would be surprised if there was no background music in the matches. I'm sure it's something you'll be able to turn off and on if you prefer to listen to your own music, but I think that the game will ship with Star Wars soundtracks as background music for matches you play. So there is our first topic. Thank you, Matthew Nevarez, for that awesome topic, and I'm glad someone actually picked out that question, because it is one that we would have answered, and it wasn't one that we would have thought of off the top of our heads. So the next topic comes from a guy by the name of Luke Petronella. I hope I haven't butchered your name. And he says, "Can't wait for Wishlist Wednesday this week!" Exclamation mark. Well, here it is, and you are actually featured in it, so that's pretty cool. And here's my question, he says. Do you think DICE will have creature AI in the game depending on each map? This was a really big part of Battlefront 1 and 2 with species including Jawas, Ewoks, Tusken Raiders, Rancor, Gamorreans, etc. And what do you think the likeliness of the game being rated T is on the 4 scale? Thanks, Winky Face. We appreciate that Winky Face, Luke. So, I'm going to kick off with the first question, which was, do you think DICE will have creature AI in the game? And yes, I do. If you remember at the start of the Star Wars Battlefront trailer, we see, if you pay close attention to it, 3 Ewoks running across the Ewok village, like scampering across the Ewok village in the trailer. So do I think we're going to see creature AI like Ewoks and Jawas and possibly Tusken Raiders? Yes, I do. Also, if you look at the Star Wars trailer, sorry, not the Star Wars trailer, the Star Wars Battlefront trailer, and you look at when they showed the little clips at the end, the one with Boba Fett does also have a sandcrawler in it. So that could imply that there are Jawas at that battle, or Jawas are playable in that battle as well. Whether the species are playable or not, I don't know, but I definitely think they're going to be included in the game. So, Nolan, what are your thoughts on species in the game and whether they will be playable or not?
Alright, before I get into my thoughts on species, I want to apologize to you and the fans for your little pause there, because I'm pretty sure you were about to laugh because I picked up my Jar Jar Binks bobblehead and then he fell off of his stand, and so I made a very funny face. So, what do I think about species? Of course we're going to see some sort of species, whether it's Ewoks, Jawas, Tusken Raiders, Wampas, whatever we're interacting with. Of course we're going to see some sort of species in this Star Wars Battlefront game, just because we have in all the other games, as well as that Ewoks are clearly in the trailer, and everything in that trailer is an in-game asset, so we know that at some point Ewoks are going to be a part of the game. So I think that them being in the game is for sure. How they're implemented, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm hoping we'll hear a little bit more about that coming up to when the release date is announced, or not when the release date. I hope we'll hear a lot more about that when the game is released or a couple of weeks beforehand, but I don't think we're going to hear much about it at E3. I think E3 is going to be based on this whole Fighter Squadron mode and maybe a couple of other things. Maybe they'll throw some heroes in there. Maybe they'll announce some new heroes. Maybe they'll announce some new maps or something like that. I don't know. But, oh, and by the way, apology accepted, Nolan. And yes, so yeah, I think that pretty much wraps up that topic. I can't think of anything else to say apart from let's throw a question in. Let's throw a question in there. I really can't talk today. So Nolan, which species would you like to see in particular in the new Star Wars Battlefront game?
I would like to see Gungans, but they're not going to be implemented.
Gungans aside.
Gungans aside, if we're only doing species that we actually see in the original trilogy, I would have to say either Tusken Raiders or Jawas, because they're two separate things for me, really. Two reasons why. The Jawas just be so fun to run around as a midget Jawa, and then the Tusken Raiders, because they're just like... The Tusken Raiders are pro snipers, and I like to snipe in multiplayer FPS games. How about you?
Me personally, I think Jawas definitely. I loved Jawas in the first game because they ran around and the guns were so friggin' long when they were holding them. They were all holding like assault rifles or something, and they looked so friggin' long on like such a small Jawa. So that was quite amusing. So definitely Jawas is a species I want to see, and also I'm gonna throw Tauntauns in there. I want to be able to ride a Tauntaun on Hoth, because that is really cool. And of course, you can't mention Jawas without making the Jawa sound. So, Utini! I want to see Jawas. I am Team Jawa, and I always have been Team Jawa. Are you Team Jawa or Team Ewok? So, post in the comments below, hashtag Team Jawa or hashtag Team Ewok. Nolan, Team Ewok or Team Jawa?
Is this even a question? Which one did I bring up? Jawas!
Yep, so... we are both for Team Jawa. Are you for Team Ewok or Team Jawa? Let us know in the comments below. So that is the second topic. Thanks for that, Luke Petronella. It was a good topic. Also, he does add on, what do you think the likeliness of the game being rated T is on the Force scale? Now, we're going to touch upon this one extremely quickly. In my honest opinion, I think they're going to try as hard as they can to keep the game rated at a T rating, because they're going to want a much wider audience. And of course, Battlefront 1 and 2 are both rated T. So I think they're going to try, but there is it could be the eventuality is that it is rated M. What about you, Nolan?
So, just quickly before I go into mine, I want to point out that you are in Europe, so you go off of PEGI, while I go off of ESRB, which is what, if you didn't know, that's what America uses for their game rating scale. And so I think that obviously the original two Battlefront games were rated T, but the gaming industry and the world as a whole has kind of really changed since then, and the game ratings have become a little bit more strict over here, and games that didn't used to be rated T are now, or didn't used to be rated M are now rated M. So I think that if there's not going to be any blood in the game, so we've got that going for us. There's probably not going to be any language in the game, but if there's things like, if you chop someone's arm off or their limbs off with a lightsaber, which I would love to see in the game, it's obviously going to be rated M then. And then, depending on how they implement force powers also, if there's force choke, that's probably going to be rated M, then force lightning, and also how you interact with the native species. So if you've got like a Jawa or an Ewok, and you're able to just beat the crap out of that, it's probably going to be rated M.
Yeah, you make a good point there. I think killing any sort of animal or species is probably going to make a game rated M. So I'm on the fence about this one. I'd like it to be rated T, but I have a feeling it's going to be rated M. I think Nolan has one more point for us as well.
I actually just watched a video the other day about things that people don't want in Star Wars Battlefront, and so it was pointed out to me that in Battlefront 2 you actually could not kill Ewoks because of ESRB.
Really?
Yes, they would not let it be rated teen if you could kill Ewoks, because Ewoks look too much like children, apparently.
Oh, and teddy bears.
Yes, teddy bears also.
But you could kill Ewoks in the first Battlefront.
Yes,
yeah.
I believe so.
So, I guess that wraps up that topic. So are we doing a 4 scale rating for both of his topics, or just the one? That's a bit of a conundrum because he's asked for us to give him a 4-scale rating on whether the game's going to be rated T or M. He's also given us a really good topic to talk about. So are we giving him 2 4-scale ratings? Is this a first in Wishlist Wednesdays? Is this a first for Wishlist Wednesdays?
You give him a 4-scale rating for one idea, I'll give him a 4-scale rating for the other idea.
Okay, so I think I'm going to give him a 4-scale rating for the first idea, which of course, do you think DICE will have creature AI in the game? And I'm going to give this another...
The force is strong in this one.
I'm giving it another 5. This episode is full of 5s. Because yes, I honestly do think there are going to be species in the game, whether they're playable or not, and whether they're killable or not, I don't know. But I definitely think they're going to feature in the game. I mean, they put them in the trailer, so why the hell are they not going to be in the game? Nolan, your 4-scale rating for the game being rated teen or mature?
So I am going to just go right down the middle with this one. I'm going to stay neutral. I'm going to say...
Don't underestimate the force.
I'm going to give it a 3 because it depends on what they put into the game that's going to make it either M or T. We should know more about that around the time of Gamescom.
Fair enough. So, thanks for that topic, Luke. It was a really cool 2 topics, and we move on to the final topic of this episode of Wishlist Wednesdays. But before we do, we want to thank our sponsor. He's back again. It is Admiral Akbar with his snack bars, and we'd like to thank him for sponsoring us in this episode of Wishlist Wednesdays. Don't forget, Admiral Akbar snack bars, they're definitely not a trap, and they're tasty because they're made of oats and fish.
All that oaty fishy goodness, all those omega-3s and everything.
Tasty. So good. Anyway, that brings us on to our final topic, which, Blimminek, he's here again. It's Buzz Killington. He's back. He's back for a 3rd time running. This guy is insane. Dude, I think we might actually have to have you on the show. I'm not lying, because you come up with some amazing ideas, and I really think you should be on the show for an episode because of just all the awesome ideas you post. So, Buzz, we know you're going to watch this episode. If you are watching, get in touch with us. Send us a message with your Skype handle, if you have Skype, and we will get in touch with you, and you could be featured on next week's episode of Wishlist Wednesdays. But let's get straight into your topic, and he says, hello again, guys. Thanks once again for answering 2 of my questions. Yeah, we're going to answer a 3rd now. This is ridiculous. Well, I guess here comes another idea. What do you guys think of the idea that instead of Levolutions, like I said before, maybe during the match new entities could appear and attack you, such as Wampas or Tusken Raiders? Another idea, what types of gadgets or customization options would you guys like to see? Like, I would love to see that Gungan energy shield or a grappling hook like Django had. Okay, so your first topic we sort of covered in the last one. However, do I think that let's cover it in a little bit more detail. Do I think instead of Levolutions that new entities could appear and attack you, such as Wampas and Tusken Raiders? Yes, that would be nice, but I think we should have that as well as Levolutions. What do you think on this point, Nolan?
I also think we should see it as well as Levolutions, and also I would like to throw in that they probably won't come mid-match. They'll either be like within a designated area, or it'll be a specific game mode where you're facing off with these different species.
Fair enough. So that's that topic out of the way, because we did sort of cover creatures in the previous topic. However, we love your second idea, which is what types of gadgets or customization options would you guys like to see? Like, I would love to see that Gungan energy shield or grappling hook like Django had. Okay, so I'm going to touch on the grappling hook thing. I'm not entirely sure how the grappling hook would work. It would be pretty cool. We do know that there might be some vertical gameplay in the game, but I don't think the grappling hook is a practical piece of equipment for the game. However, Nolan, what kind of equipment would you like to see in the game, customization-wise? Because I'm completely stumped and lost on this one. I'm still thinking.
I would like to see a wrist rocket launcher because I think that is absolutely awesome. I would like to see if there is some sort of space map, not space battle, but space map where you're on, say, an asteroid, which we covered before. I want to see you be able to have like a rebreather. I want to see you be able to have a rebreather where you can go underwater for some periods of time and maybe make a tactical dive type thing. And in terms of like customization, obviously just like different accents to armor or rebel clothing and stuff like that. But that's kind of what I want to see.
Touching back on the whole rebreather thing, that also touches back on the first topic we ever did on Wishlist Wednesdays, which was aquamarine battles.
Yeah.
So yeah, there you go. That's a throwback for you to episode 1. If you haven't seen episode 1,
Throwback Wednesday.
Throwback Wednesday. Yeah, so, personally, myself, I'd like to see, maybe a flamethrower. Now, we all know Jango Fett has some sort of not Jango Fett, Boba Fett has a flamethrower. So, I think Boba Fett's gonna have some sort of flamethrower in the gun, or in the game. Maybe he'll have wrist flamethrowers. That would be really cool.
And wrist rocket launchers.
Wrist rocket launchers as well would be awesome if Boba Fett comes with those.
Doesn't he shoot a little bit of flak in the trailer?
He does.
I just imagining that.
Not in the trailer, but in the film he does. I'm pretty sure in one of the films he does. I know Django does in the film, so I think that might be included in the game for Boba Fett, because it'd make his customization quite cool. Honestly, customization-wise, I'd like to see maybe being able to change the voice of your character. So maybe having a different voice, maybe I want my guy to sound British, or maybe I want my guy to sound American. What, Nolan, have you got something to say about this?
I think that with them saying that there's different races in terms of alien races as well as different genders, the voice will change based on that, but I don't think you'll be able to really pick an ethnicity for your voice.
Fair enough. I mean, that does sort of make sense. It is a bit too much of a leap in customization. However, it would be a nice feature.
However, in Battlefield, though, you can change the language that everyone's speaking in. I'll point that out.
That is true. So yes, maybe that'll be a feature. I'm trying to think of customizations that haven't been thought of yet, and it's actually quite hard. It's quite hard to think of one. I mean, as aesthetic customizations are always welcome, so skins for weapons and maybe perks for weapons and stuff like that. I would like to see some sort of perk system in the game. Not completely similar to CODs, but I think perks would be quite a nice system to have in the game.
At least throw in some perks.
Yeah, so at least something, because I think...
you get, one gun perk, one physical perk, and one vehicle perk.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be pretty cool. Another thing is we don't know if there's going to be melee in the game or not, so if you guys want to add that as a question for next week's Wishlist Wednesday, go for it, because we won't touch upon that in this episode, but whether there's melee or not would depend on whether knives are customizable or vibro blades are customizable, because, man, running around with the vibro blade would be awesome, but I honestly can't see it happening, because this isn't KOTOR, it's not Knights of the Old Republic, and it's not Star Wars The Force Unleashed. But yeah, in the way of customization, I would like to see customizable voices, I would like to see customizable outfits, costumes, that sort of thing. So, yeah, I can't think of anything else. If you guys can think of any awesome customizations that you want to see in the game, post them in the comments below, and we will mention those customizations in next week's episode of...
Wishlist Wednesday!
Yes, we will. So, I think that rounds up your topic, Buzz Killington. Again, the invite is there if you want it. If you want to join us on Wishlist Wednesdays, all you have to do is message us with your Skype name, or tweet your Skype name at us, or send it to us in a direct message on Twitter. Our Twitter handle is @BattlefrontHub, or just send it as a message over YouTube. Don't post it in the comments, because people might add you on Skype and troll you.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want to join us on an episode because you have been awesome and really supported throughout, and maybe this will be a thing, maybe we will start inviting you, the subscribers, to feature in an episode of Wishlist Wednesdays. Maybe this will become a thing, but yeah, Buzz, if you want to join us next week, you are very welcome to. Again, I'd like to throw out a thank you to our sponsor, Ammo Akbar Snack Bar, and let's give your topic, the final topic of this episode, a 4-scale rating. So, Nolan, what are you going to give for Buzz Killington's topic here?
There's no mystical energy field controls my destiny.
I'm going to give it a 1.
Oh.
Because I just don't see them just randomly appearing during the map as part of a Levolution. That seems so unlikely. That, hey, there's a Levolution, this pack of Tusken Raiders is coming in.
That is a fair point. I mean, imagine playing on Hoth and suddenly this Wampa comes out of nowhere and just like, I'm gonna rip you all apart.
Tears the shit out of you.
You stole my cookies, I'm gonna rip you all apart. If you don't get that reference, you haven't been watching every episode of Wishlist Wednesdays. But yeah. Oh, by the way, no one has drawn us a Wampa selling Girl Scout cookies. No one has drawn us that.
They have to be Thin Mints. They have to be Thin Mints.
Yeah, so I mean, if you have a DeviantArt account or if you have any artistic talent, draw us a picture of a 1% Girl Scout cookies and we will feature it on Wishlist Wednesdays. My 4-scale rating for this, I'm going to give it a...
The Force can have a strong influence on the weak-minded.
I think there could be a very, 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 very slight possibility of this happening, but I almost agree with Nolan. It is very unlikely that we will see Wampas crashing into the Battle of Hoth and tearing people to shreds just for fun and lols. And that does conclude this episode of Wishlist Wednesdays. It does feel like it's been a slightly longer episode than usual, so thanks for sticking with us. You guys are awesome. Don't forget to post your comments in the comment section below, because that's where you post your comments, because there's nowhere else to post them.
Just post all your great ideas there, post Battlefront ideas, post funny memes, anything Battlefront related. We love to see it down there. If you can come up with some Battlefront jokes, go for it. If you want to poke fun at other Battlefront commentators, go for it. Anything goes in the comment section down below. Just make sure it's Battlefront related. I probably shouldn't have said all that.
Oh, well, just ignore everything he just said, or don't ignore everything he just said, and make the comments a little more entertaining for us to read. Not that they're not entertaining for us to read already, because the ideas you post are amazing, guys, and we really do appreciate it. So that is Wishlist Wednesdays again for another week. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've been Carbon Shadow.
And I've been Nolan, I'm pretty sure.
And we will see you on the next one, guys. We will see you next week for another episode of Wishlist Wednesdays. And until the next one, guys, have a good one.
Peace.